Kingdom Hearts, a series that has touched the hearts of many gamers who have experienced playing them. The crossover of Disney and Final Fantasy is an insane idea, yet it works pretty well for something so wacky. Seeing Disney characters interact with Sora and everyone else feels so weird, but yet they make it feel so right. Anyways, in this video, I'll be reviewing Kingdom Hearts 3, as this is the only review that matters. First and foremost, I'll say that I'm glad that this game has finally come out after many years of waiting. I've been waiting patiently for the third game to come out, and I was still in awe when it finally released. I've played most of the other non-numbered games in this series, like Chain of Memories, Birth by Sleep, Sum of Days, Sum of Dream Drop Distance, and 2.8. I watched the Union Cross movie, and I understand mostly about what happened in Recoded, Days, and Dream Drop Distance, so I'm no stranger to the story. I'll continue on about the story later since it's a lot to explain, and it'll fit in better. First of all, what did I enjoy most about Kingdom Hearts 3? I really liked the combat in this game. It most definitely wasn't perfect, but it wasn't bad either. It was just overall fun to play. The team attacks were really fun to use, magic was a blast in this game, transformations were a breath of fresh air, shot locks were interesting since they differed if you maxed the amount of hits or not, and the attraction rides were really cool to use. I also enjoyed upgrading Keyblades. I like that idea so you don't have that one super broken Keyblade and have like 5 useless ones from the first few worlds. I will say that finding the materials for them is really annoying, but it's just a part of the grind. The abilities were interesting too, like HP, MP Walker, Damage Siphon, Fire Siphon, and everything else too. It's fun to choose them and try to make the most out of them. The armor items were also really neat and good. I like the addition of water and arrow elements, something new to the series. It's also fun to have food that boosts every stat for a bit, similar to Final Fantasy 15. Also to note, I like that playing some of the mini-games unlock abilities for Sora, while others give ingredients to cook. You actually have to try and get a high score to get them, and they're not super boring either. Though underwater levels are universally hated, I don't think it was all that bad in Kingdom Hearts 3. I enjoyed it, and I like that magic underwater changes. I do wish that there was a secret boss in the Pirates of the Caribbean world, either in the water or with the ship, since that would be unique and interesting. I also like that the worlds this time around were really big overall, reminiscent of Kingdom Hearts 1. They are fun to explore, and exploring is a big part of Kingdom Hearts 3. Flying the gummy ships were actually fun, and creating them were easy. I actually just flew around trying to find whatever and fight bosses. I also enjoyed looking for lucky emblems. It's an interesting thing to do, and something you always have to be mindful of. But is it just me, or whenever they say, "Look, a lucky emblem, Sora," you just cannot see where it is and you just give up? Maybe just me? Hopefully not. Anyways, continuing on, the ending, though not amazing, was still a joy to see. It's finally come to an end of a saga, and seeing everyone come together is heartwarming. Finally getting Terra, Aqua, and Ven back, Roxas and Xion making a grand entrance into the scene. It was amazing, and reminds me of the Avengers in some ways. I also just could not believe what happened at the end with Sora and Kairi. I literally cried, and I hate it. From what I've seen going around and looking back at that part, it can be understood as that Sora saved Kairi, but at the cost of his life, which is why he fades away. Let's just take a moment and cry together. Now that we're done, what was bad about it? Honestly, a lot was kind of bad. Not like, horrible, this sucks bad, but more of like, why? Though magic was fun to use, it was a little too overpowered. You could spam Thunderga and Aeroga like me, or you could spam Firega and Blizzaga since they cost the least amount of MP. Obviously, everyone complains about the combat feeling floaty, but I don't mind that much. What I don't like is that the attack combos and finishers feel so lame and take a long time to finish. I hate saying this, and I'll explain why later, but Kingdom Hearts 2 had better attack combos and finishers. Kingdom Hearts 3 has almost nothing related to attacks mid-combos, and only for finishers. They had the press circle during a combo to launch an enemy up or down, but that's really nothing. You don't got a move that lets you easily close in on a target that's far, a gap closer you could say, or a good aerial attack. It's just a disappointment to me. I also think fighting the Organization 13 members was super lame, except maybe the 3 Xehanorts, minus the old one. Reaction commands sort of immerse you into the combat, and without them it feels a little weird fighting them. The only part where there is any reaction command is Luxord when you flip his card. Also, the ending fight with Xehanort was difficult. But that's not the bad part. It's when Ericus comes out of Terra and tells Xehanort to stop being evil, and he actually stops being evil. Like, what the fuck? All this time, Ericus just had to say, "Hey Xehanort, remember the good old days? Come on, don't be evil." That part was really dumb to me. I also didn't like the fact that the story felt rushed towards the end. It paced itself well in the beginning, and then everything just kinda stops until you beat all the Disney worlds. Like, Sora was still trying to find the power of waking, and I assumed he would get it with his new outfits. Not literally when he got them, but the trailers made me think that once he awakened his powers, he would get new clothes. That didn't happen, but I'm fine with that. It's just that Sora did all this work going to Disney worlds to help them out a little bit, and then after he goes to save Aqua, and then Ven, and then still doesn't have the powers yet until they all die. And here's another thing. It took way too long to save Aqua. What I mean by that is, you have to finish all the Disney worlds to save her, and once you do, you immediately save Ven, and the story just zooms after this. And I didn't like that. They could have put saving Aqua in the middle of adventuring the Disney worlds, and once you save her, she's like knocked out since she was under the influence of darkness for so long. And then after finishing all the Disney worlds, you go and save Ven. That pacing will feel a little nicer to me. I just don't like the fact that almost anything relating to the main story of Kingdom Hearts only occurs in the very beginning and end. Of course, we get mentions of some black box and stuff, and we see what the organization is doing, and what Kairi and Lee are talking about and all that. But nothing is truly progressing the story when you're at the Disney worlds, except for a few of them like Big Hero 6. Critical, aka Penguins Zero, said it best. You're just experiencing a Disney movie, with Sora, Donald, and Goofy being mentioned scarcely. You only experience the main story after you beat a world, not during the world. You feel me? Now here it is. I know people love to compare any game in the series to the second game, Kingdom Hearts 2, but I think it's better to ignore that and enjoy what this one has to offer. That goes for any game, honestly. I'll admit that overall, Kingdom Hearts 2 does feel better when attacking normally with combos. Reaction commands are still the most fun and best thing. Fighting the data bosses and Lingering Will are really fun, and drive forms are interesting. But the narrative of this one is quite bad. Magic isn't great besides Reflect, and the worlds themselves are pretty boring. There's almost no exploration besides the Garden of Remembrance and all that, but that's it. I'm not saying it's the worst, but it's definitely not all that good. Though this game has many flaws, it's still a generally fun game overall. Is it bad? No, but it isn't amazing either. It has its heart-to-heart moments that you can't help but feel touched by the dialogue. It may be cringy, but it still hits you in the feels. Let me repeat by saying this too. Listing things you don't like about a game doesn't make the game bad, it's just opinionated. I myself didn't like some things, but maybe other people liked them. Talking about the bad doesn't take away from the good. Most of the things I disliked were solely based on the overarching story and series building. To repeat myself for the 100th time, it's a fun game to play and experience. It's not a series to easily get into, so if you want to experience it yourself, you must start from the beginning to truly understand the story. I won't rate this game since ratings shouldn't really matter, and everyone has a different view on ratings. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.
I want you for a lifetime, so if you're gonna think twice, baby, I don't wanna know, baby, I don't wanna know, everything is just right, but if you're gonna think twice, baby, I don't wanna know, baby, I don't wanna know.